all my clients have to manage the complex equation they are facing. On the one hand side, they have the costs that are increasing due to commodities increase, electricity, gas, petrol, raw material. And on the other hand, they have also the consumer fatigue because consumers are not willing to pay more for product. So we are all afraid to enter a kind of deflation situation. So you have both to manage inflation and deflation. So that's, I would say, the main topic of all my clients, and they're really afraid of that. I think the second one is also linked to that, is the private label raise. We see that private labels are gaining share, market share, and also space on the shelf because they are offering to consumer a very good value for money product. So all the national brands don't know how to react. They ask themselves, should they start to launch an entry product, or what do they do to face, competition of private labels? Also, interestingly, the retailers are also pushing for private labels because they realize that private labels create a lot of loyalty from a consumer point of view. And I think the last topic will be the channel shift, because you as a consumer, you used to go to a retailer to buy a product. A few years ago, you were also going on the social media to get influence, to understand what are the products, and then to make your own mind. But now it's totally different. You go on social media to buy a product. For example, you go on TikTok to buy your product. And tomorrow, the agentic AI will help you to buy your product. So it means that AI will compare product for you and will enable you to choose the product. So that's, I would say, the three topics that my clients are talking to, managing inflation and deflation, managing the rise of private labels, and how in that ecosystem, AI could represent an opportunity, also an incremental risk. I think the first one is really to be consumer-centric. That's really something that we repeat to our client. What does it mean? It means really to segment your customer, better understand who they are, understand their consumer needs, where they do shopping, and also understand their willingness to pay. I think the pitfall you should avoid is to do a bold price increase because you're exposed to your raw material increase, because maybe some product deserve a price increase, but some other deserve a price decrease. We do talk about smart pricing, really differentiate your price increase based on the opportunity. I think the second thing we talk a lot is also to develop innovation, because when you are facing, competition on price, the only way forward is really to bring more value to the consumer and develop innovation. So once again, you need to understand what they are looking for, what are the new consumption pattern. For example, like the household are more fragmented. So maybe you need smaller pack size of your product, or you eat more on the go. So I think it's linked to innovation and the product, I would say, that you're offering. And the last one, we talk a lot about diversification. We realize that many of our clients are really exposed either to a big geography like the US or China, or exposed to one type of retailer. So they need to diversify. They need to find new source of growth. Could be a new channel, could be a new geographies, could be a new type of consumer they're looking for. But yes, they need to diversify a little bit their risk because today they're highly exposed. So I would say that are the three main topics: innovation, smart price increase, and diversification. AI is really the core center of any discussion, both from an efficiency point of view and productivity point of view, because all our clients, they need to improve their business forecasting, and they are really looking for AI to have predictive model to better understand how consumers will react and the way they will consume. So this is really the heart. I already mentioned also agentic AI. Maybe tomorrow we'll go to a chatbot and we ask, I want to cook for tonight, pasta, and can you provide me a recipe? And also, can you buy all the ingredients? So it's very feasible that in the future there will be no connection between the consumer and the retailer, but connection between a consumer and any ChatGPT of those words. So it means that companies need also really to differentiate their product and also the benefits of their product, and to be very clear on that, because it's not going to be a consumer, but really an AI algorithm that is going to read through the product descriptive and make the decision if the product fits, I would say, the consumer needs. So yes, it's a bold transformation, but we need to be also quite cautious. I think it's the CEO of Google that mentioned that 80% of the AI product were a failure in 2025 and 2026. Why? Because companies think that AI means algorithm, software, and tool. And AI means more change management, new process, new organization, new way of working. And yes, the software part will remain important, but it's only 20% of the success of a project. So AI will also help to better understand your consumer, because you can really take numerous type of data source and really understand, the type of behavioral that is behind it, loyalty card and stuff like this. I think the focus will be really on driving consumer preferences. AI could also help to better understand the pricing of your competitor and to react, fast to any price increase or price change of your competitors. AI could also help on promotion, because on promotion you need also to always forecast what is the expected volume of a promotion. AI could help also on better, preparing marketing campaign, because all the visuals and all the assets could be also AI, generated. So yes, it's going to be a bold change, but I think at the end, everything needs to be done to reinforce consumer centricity and to be sure that you have at the end the right product in the right channel with the right price to match the right consumer. So that's why we try also to educate our clients on that and to show them the value of AI, what they can get from it, but also the risk and also the change management and the way they need to transform their organization to be successful in that journey. Agility, consumer centricity, and diversification. That would be for me the key 3 words of success for the growth in 2026.